Greetings, Mastermind Traders. This is Dr. Kenneth Reid. The topic this week is overconfidence. In a previous video, I discussed how periods of benign market behavior can lull us into complacency, which induces overconfidence. But that's not the only way overconfidence can creep into our trading. A winning streak may also generate overconfidence, with the effect being proportional to the size of the win. In an overconfident state of mind, we overestimate our own abilities and underestimate risk. It's caused by a surge of dopamine, the active ingredient in cocaine. This is a common self-deception among amateur and professional traders alike. I'll offer an example from my own coaching practice. A current client was able to increase his account more than tenfold in a relatively short period of time. He was suddenly a millionaire. This is the type of success that most traders dream of, but it can easily turn into a nightmare. I'm referring to the same paradoxical dynamic that haunts lottery winners, whose lives are generally not improved by sudden wealth. Not only do they have difficulty holding on to the money, but it usually leads to a cascade of very unfortunate events. Traders have the same problem holding on to windfall profits. And the subsequent loss of large gains is a very demoralizing experience. Because my client overestimated his abilities and underestimated risk, when losses subsequently began to pile up, he decided to put on even more risk. This hastened the downward slide back to zero. The luck factor is clear when it comes to winning lotteries, but it's often disguised when it comes to winning trades. It's human nature to take credit for our successes, especially if we feel we're working hard to improve. But there is a hidden risk factor when we have a big win in trading, if we've been struggling with losses or other causes of low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is a nagging feeling of inadequacy. Feelings of inadequacy may be chronic, from childhood, or situational, from the normal frustration of learning to trade. Either way, low self-esteem can make it impossible for a trader to follow a rational trading method, especially after a big win. For these individuals, success is a self-limiting paradox because it catalyzes a negative behavioral cycle. This is how it works. First, low self-esteem makes it difficult to acknowledge the role of luck or chance in the outcome of our trades. And this is especially true when the outcome is positive. That's because the low self-esteem trader feels a deep imperative to prove something. The need to prove one's self-worth or competence leads to an ego investment, the need to be right on the next trade. The need to be right can hijack one's trading in three ways. First, the trader becomes over-focused on reward. The fantasy of gains generates a dopamine high. This medicates feelings of inadequacy. Second, the trader becomes less aware of risk from a subtle sense of invincibility that also compensates for underlying feelings of inadequacy. Third, the trader becomes less willing to take losses when they're small because overconfidence leads to ignoring conflicting information, bargaining with the market, and hope. I see this self-destructive cycle in small-time speculators working at home and in Nobel Prize winners who subsequently blow up hedge funds. If you have a tendency to become overconfident from a winning streak, or if you have a need to prove your self-worth via trading, repeat the following affirmations after me. Winning means a lot to me because I've worked so hard at learning to trade. At times, I might feel a bit overconfident after a big win or a winning streak. I realize that's when I over-focus on the reward potential of the next trade. It feels good to dream. But when that happens, I tend to overlook the risks of that trade. To break this habit, I commit to maintaining a focus on risk, especially when I feel super confident. This enables me to take losses while they're small and protect capital for the long term.